Hello everybody, this is Tafun2CG. Today we're going to be doing a deck list video for Reiju. This is the leader I'm going to be playing for op06. Her effect reads, your turn, once per turn. When a Dawn card on your field is returned to the Dawn deck, draw one card. So you play a lot of Dawn -1 effects to draw cards. It's very strong. Starting us off, we have Kaya at 4. This card is a 2k counter, having a decent cycling effect. Don't see why you wouldn't run this card at 4. And then we have Vinsmoke Sora. This card is great. Not only can you go through your trash and get one of your utility pieces back, she's also a searchable 2k. Very strong card. Would not recommend running this card below 4. Next up, we have 4 of the Kingdom of Drama stage. This card is like the heart and soul of this deck. It's not playable, in my opinion, without the stage, or is very hard to play. So you should run this card at 4, in my opinion. Next off, we got 4 Drama 66. It's a 1-cost top 5 searcher. Very strong to be able to cycle through your deck. Again, wouldn't see running this card below 3 or 4. Next off, we have 4 Reiju. This is the Dawn -1 effect to play a Reiju with costs 4 or less from your trash. This card is extremely good. Being able to activate your leader effect is very strong. Being able to cycle cards on that turn 1 draw 3 is very strong. You should not run this card below 4. And then you have 2 Yonji. So a lot of lists are running like 3 Yonji. I'm just particularly liking 2 Yonji, 2 and 2 for this list. You can run 3 and 3. It just depends on if you're running 10 2Ks or 8 2Ks. And then next off for the other mini versions, I have Vinsmoke Niji. So this one plays the 5 or less Niji from your trash or hand. And not only drawing you a card, it's a 3-cost that you can play and get on your curve. Next off, we have the 4-cost Ichiji. This card is extremely good. Should not run it below 4. Being able to, turn 2, if you don't have a good turn 1 play, being able to go 5k life, then go 7k, and draw a card while playing this and trashing an Ichiji, it's very strong. So that's all for the mini versions of characters. Next, for a main value piece, we have Charlotte Pudding. This card's extremely strong against red currently because red tends to have a lot of cards in hand, or yellow. Being able to send your opponent's hand away is kind of annoying sometimes. Next off, I'm running 10 2Ks on my list personally. I just think it feels less bricky. So I'm running 2 Miss Double Fingers. I prefer to run this over Khalifa because it has the trigger and I can ramp it on if I need it sometimes. And the next card is 2 of the big Yonji. So it's a blocker that you can play off of the mini Yonji. So it's basically a 2-cost blocker. And if you're at less Dawn than your opponent, you draw. If you're at less Dawn than your opponent, it gains plus 1k power. So very strong card. And then we have 4 Reijus. This is the card that's played off of this one right here. Again, very strong card. This card is used in multiple different decks, having a really good effect. If the number of Dawn cards on your field is equal or less than to the number of your opponent's cards, if you have 5 or less cards in hand, you draw 2. Very strong card. Not only in Reiju, but for like Red Purple Law. And then coming to the end, we have 5 Niji. This card is played off of these Niji. And if you have equal or less than to the number of Dawn cards than your opponent, you may choose to KO a 2-cost or return a 4-cost. So very strong. And then we have probably the second best card in this deck. Behind Reiju, we have Ichiji the 7 cost. Its effect is if your number of Dawn cards is equal or less than to the number of your opponents, you give something negative 2,000 power and it gains Rush. So on your 2 Dawn curves, you're able to go, on your 4 Dawn, you're able to go 4 Dawn Ichiji, draw 1, and like swing 7 out of 5k character possibly. That's actually a 3k. So very strong card. And then the last 2 cards in the deck are 2 Judges. Judge is like a saving grace in the mirror. If you can just get this card out in the mirror and make a board, it's very strong. As per what you want to have in your opening hand, you usually want to have a Reiju, a Germa Stage, a Big Reiju, or an Ichiji. So you want to have possibly 2 of these 4 cards. Because if you get Stage, you can dig for these cards. But if you get these 2, you can go, if you go second, you can go turn 1, draw 3. And you're just going to dig into a lot of your pieces. As per like countering for this deck, you usually want to counter your first few attacks. Because if you're playing it right, you'll usually be seeing some of your Reijus to keep refilling your hand. But no, this is the deck I'm going to be playing in op06. I hope you guys learned something from this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time.